It's just so awful. And I was just allowing myself to feel how absolutely catastrophic awful this is for us, for our country, for the world. It's just pathetically catastrophic. And it's like I'm not ready to hear the silver linings. The only thing that seems to be relieving is to be able to know how bad it is in the eyes of other people who know it's exactly as bad as I know it is. I need your eyes. I need your eyes more than anything. We need each other's eyes. I just want to be in this feeling of great discomfort and sorrow and fear. And again, all we have is each other to see what comes from communing.
What I realize now, there's a big sector of Trump people that got that get out of jail card, and they engage their worst selves with that, with Trump giving them that card, which is what he did. And they engage the absolute worst side of themselves. And I'm worried that that side is going to be very, very present because it's sanctioned. And we have to come up with a plan for that.
So much about it that's been hard for me is that it's been so harsh, conflictual, aggressive, violent, murderous. And I'm a guardian. I feel that very strongly. I'm a soldier. And my nervous system has been in hyper-arousal. That's the truth. And I'm just waiting to protect someone. I'm like a guard dog. And I'm fierce. And it's extremely activating to be in this. And I felt the enormity of it when I looked at all of you and felt the sweetness and the safety. It's been incredibly unsafe. That's the bottom line.
I'm stunned that we really do have to face this when we had something so special in reach. So now what we get to do is face the depth of our shadow selves expressed. It's some kind of reckoning.
I keep having this image of when you turn over a rock and all of a sudden you see all these worms and maggots, and I feel like that's what just happened. And the feeling is so visceral of disgust. And it's one of the very few times in my life where calming myself down feels like a cop-out or the wrong thing to do. Okay, I'm just going to stand here and cry. I've had a really, really hard time in the week following the election. I'm really, really glad to be here with you all tonight. Because the one thing that I've found that works for me now is connecting. I'm so confused. I'm so baffled. I'm amazed. I'm just astounded. And I'm devastated. I'm just devastated at the turn of events.
What I know for sure is that as a dream worker, I've said that nightmares are my specialty. And since I've expanded my concept, what I understand to be the dream world to be waking life, this was a waking nightmare. So it's a matter of then putting on my nightmare specialty hat and saying, what the fuck? What do we do with this? What do we do with this darkness? Now, in the dream world, in Jeremy Taylor's Principles, he says all dreams, nightmares or otherwise, come in the service of health and wholeness, not comfort and convenience. So somehow, I know that there is cosmic mischief going on bigger than I could even imagine, and there's no way my pea brain, who's upset and dismayed and fearful, could possibly understand what this is. And I choose to know that this dark stuff coming up, now that it's in the light, there's something going to be of service, and each of us in this room, and each of us in the country, and each of us in the world is on our own unique journey to bring inner peace and allow that inner peace to come out.
So I've been breathing underwater. Very slowly. I can feel the pressure against my ears. And my eyes don't want to stay open, but they have to. Because there's some way I have to navigate through what's going on. All the turbulence. The waves of grief. The kind of crushing rollers of anger that I feel all around me. I just keep swimming, trying to see my way to the other side. The other side of judgment. The other side of loss. I've just been staying with that.
I stayed with it until everyone left, including Hillary, and until Hillary called Trump. And I felt like I was catapulted backwards, and I was so prepared to be catapulted forward and be in this world that acknowledged everyone's value. For me, a woman being elected president meant that everyone would be involved in this kind of maternal instinct that we have. And it wouldn't be the ego-driven thing that we now are left with. And that is such a dramatic change from just a complete mind-blowing change from what I expected. And what I'm seeing people do is try to be nice about it. And what I see that as is the Stockholm Syndrome. We're now all captive to this man. We have to make sure that we don't slip into that psychological place where we make it okay and that's patriotic to make it okay to have all these people be devalued, women be devalued, that's okay. But I also felt self-recrimination because I think I was trying to be that voice of reason and acceptance and, oh, we can have this conflict and meet in the middle somehow. But the misogyny is horrible. Is horrible. And it's a lot of it's from women. And my self-recrimination is I didn't step up and call people on it when I saw it. And I did see it. And I pretended that, oh no, this is just, it'll be okay. But if we think back, we saw that these women were not going to vote for Hillary. And there's a whole bunch of people, I have this category that I just lightly use, and I'm serious about it, crossover women and go-along women. And go-along women are the women that go along with their husbands and their bosses and lose their sense of self. And crossover women are the ones that are determined to be, that only engage the brutality of men and can come down really heavy, much heavier, I think, than a man, to deny their femininity because it's considered weak. Thank you.
I see that man as, I struggle between like Hitler and that sniveling little Wizard of Oz who's really just a scared little impotent fool. And it's much easier for me to do that because he is such a classic, insecure textbook narcissist who really probably underneath it all feels like this. And I really believe if I met him one-on-one, I could totally handle him. Yeah, you have to flirt. You have to fawn. You have to build up his ego and not piss him off. And so the decorum of initiation into the White House goes perfectly with fawning behavior. So of course, we're seeing this whole other side of him. He's not fighting for recognition right now. But I can't live in this state of sick to my stomach. But then I think of the people in Germany who put their head in the sand. My whole life is about calming down and helping other people calm down. It's so uncomfortable. And yet I know freaking out isn't the solution. But I feel like I'm abandoning my sisters and brothers when I'm not freaking out and when I am looking at the silver lining. But I also know it's an escape. So that's where I am right now, just going through it all. So thank you for listening me out.